I am about to roast Bruno Fernandes' speaking skills, and this will make some people angry, but I am not going to apologize. Bruno gives brutally honest interviews, but in the process, he loses lots of millions in brands and sponsor deals, and his chances to be the face of many brands. Yes, he shows leadership, but also exposes lots of weaknesses, which is what I'm going to focus on today.
It's a game of football. There's always passion there. Whatever happens, happens, and it's part of the game. I think there was nothing spicy there.
First of all, he said this after winning the Summer Premier League series. Yes, he de-escalates conflict, but no, it's not the best thing to say, because it's flat, repetitive, and no color in it. Sponsors like Adidas or TeamViewer want sound bites that trend. When you say whatever happens, happens, you can't sell any video games or boots speaking like that. I don't like it when people talk so much about passion because it's immeasurable, but if you must mention passion, you can say something like, passion shows how much this game meant to, and that fire is what drives me and drives the team. But if you want to speak better, you say something like, a key moment, the 67th minute. We adjusted to a mid-block which created 3 counter-attacking opportunities. Cunha's recovery run at 72 minutes changed the momentum. That's a better soundbite. Number 2.
Obviously, we didn't want to finish in this way. I think our performance wasn't the best off the ball. I think we were a little bit lazy today, and we have to avoid that, because the laziness you can pay it.
That's candor and accountability, which is very rare in football media. But the word lazy can become a headline. Yes, fans respect honesty, but sponsors hate association with negative impact. For instance, a sponsor like TeamViewer thrives on productivity and professionalism, and the word lazy does not reflect that. Something better to say would be transition from 4-3-3 to 3-5-2 at halftime addressed their overload in wide areas. This worked by creating numerical superiority in central zones. Result, 73% pass completion improvement in the final third, but it exposed our defensive line. Our intensity dropped, and at this level you can pay for every lapse. That has to change. Now there, same honesty but no damaging one. Alright, so this is in the video 4.
We did some mistakes trying to play out, and that's completely fine. Obviously, you don't want to concede goals from that moment, but I rather see my team trying to play football and trying to play the way we want to play and concede than hide ourselves from the game.
We did some mistakes. That sounds like you are trying to excuse failure. What sponsors want is accountability, not acceptance of errors. Which mistake was there? How can you correct it? What was the impact of that mistake? Something better to say is, our pass completion in the final third was 61% compared to our season average of 78%. The gap occurred because the press forced us wide. Fix requires central combination drills Monday through Thursday. There you have accountability, and you do explain the impact of the mistakes and what you will do to reform. You take the mistake and also show control. He keeps repeating that you are better and stronger without providing insights. In this we see no ownership tone, and it sounds like surrender. What he should do is start strong. Fans and sponsors want clarity, not complaints. He could have said something like, expected outcome based on possession in attacking areas was 2-1. We created 7 chances worth 1.8 goal expectancy. Your goalkeeper's distribution bypassing our press prevented the win. This reframes defeat as a lesson, not self-pity.
Obviously, it's very difficult to see positive things when you lose the game, but I think it's always good things to see from this game to take forward and try to replicate that.
Here is the problem. Vague good things. No details, no storytelling, just a generic filler. When you say it like this, fans don't feel it and sponsors can't use it. Because it's communication without impact. Name those positives or those good things. For example, the goalkeeper made 6 saves from 8 shots made. That is a 75% save rate. The low diving save at 34 minutes prevented 0.7 goal expectancy. His distribution was 84% accurate to wide areas. That is an example of a positive takeaway. It's memorable and it's quotable.
I wouldn't say unfair, but obviously I think it came a little bit short for us today. But I think overall we did something else to deserve a different result.
How is the delivery here? It's flat. Also defensive, and his eye contact 70 to 80% facing downward. Is he using his hands positively to gesture anything? No. That signals discomfort and withdrawal, and sponsors don't like this. A captain who hides his body language, facial contact, doesn't project confidence. The next section is squad strength and transfers.
But obviously it was crystal clear that we needed more competition for the players that were here. We needed more quality to get everyone to step up a little bit more.
Yes, he shows leadership and ambition here, but it sounds like indirect criticism to the existing squad. This can risk twisting the headline to Bruno slams squad depth. Internal criticism is dangerous for brands. They want unity and ambition, not division. He could have framed that better to sound like, we have added real quality this summer. Bumo's introduction changed our pressing success from 23% to 67%. His pace exploited the left back's tendency to push high in transition. That's better.
No, they did very well. Obviously, we know what they can give to the team, the qualities they have. They have a very big threat on the ball.
I think he missed a chance to shine as a captain and as a brand frontman. He could have said, you saw Brian's hunger and Matthias' creativity. Cunha's 89 pass accuracy and 7 successful tackles created 2.1 goal expectancy. Brian's inverted winger role is designed to utilize pace while minimizing defensive responsibilities. That kind of endorsement doesn't just lift teammates. It builds his own credibility as a leader and the voice of the club.
The fans paying more in the tickets, and we really appreciate all the effort they do for us. So it's time to us now, players, to pay that on the pitch.
Gratitude and responsibility, it is perfect for fan connection. Now, when he says the fans are paying more, this draws attention to the rising price in tickets. This could spotlight negative club PR. The brands and sponsors like Emirates, Adidas, they love gratitude lines, but not when they are tied to financial struggles. On another instance, he says,
when I finished the game, what gave me hope of the season being different and being very good for us and positive was the way the fans react, and the way when we went around and came into the tunnel, they gave us up in that. So now next game for us is very important to give something back to them too.
Good insight, but he is lost in clumsy reputation. He could have said, the fans are always with us, always believing in us, here to support us every time. Yet we didn't repay them tonight. After that, talk about the tactical changes you will make to make sure that the result will be different. Another instance is where he said,
they're never small. They have been very, very big for us this season. They have been one of the main reasons this season hasn't been worse than actually are.
That is a backhanded compliment. When he says, hasn't been worse, that frames the entire season as negative. And he also circles a lot around frustration and the negative things. Fans want energy. Make it about pride and payback, not about misery. And finally, he says, we cannot change this game. We cannot change this season. We just need to think on the future. This is about looking forward, and when he repeats, we cannot change, that sounds defeatist. Thinking about not able to change the season sounds like resignation. This is damaging for sponsors and morale. Leaders always acknowledge setbacks, but they pivot first to possibility. He can say, we cannot change tonight, but we can change what happens next. Here is how. Our next opponent, for instance, is Arsenal. Analysis identified their 78 success rates on right-side attacks and corners. Our approach? Then suggest your approach. In conclusion, I see Bruno has forgettable sound bites and mostly sounds defeated and not defiant. That image costs him a lot of brand sponsors and face of the brand like Nike, EA Sports, Adidas, TeamViewer, Snapdragon, Emirates, because they want their ambassador to reflect belief, not defeat. Next, I have Bernardo Silva, who said the referee doesn't know the rules.